Moving on to the new initiatives taken by the young and dynamic Prime Minister who came after losing her own mother in the chair, that is Mr. Rajiv Gandhi. The new Prime Minister was very much influenced by the technological advancements which are happening in the entire world, entire nations, and he observed that India people are having some basic dissimilarities. So let us see point by point here. See, the first thing is like Rajiv Gandhi initiated the peace conferences or talks in the region of Assam. For the first time, the central government went and talked directly with the Assam leaders, the union leaders of All India Assam Students Union Group, and made an agreement with them and went to the elections. For the first time, we have seen an initiative of a leader moving forward and consoling them and agreeing for their conditions. And next, we saw the other region in Punjab, he tried to solve them. Then in the Mizoram region, wherever the conflicts are there, in this way he came up forward with a symbol icon of peace. And he also sacrificed that his own countrymen against the other nation when it comes to the international politics. Like many of the Tamilians who settled in Sri Lanka started to fight against the Sri Lankan government, asking them to recognize them as the citizens of the Sri Lankan people. So Indian army was sent under the name of India Peace Keeping Force. So IPKF was sent to Sri Lanka in order to restrain or to fight against Indian men, Tamilians, or in order to maintain peace in Sri Lanka. With this, he lost the support of the Tamilians, as well as after a certain period of time, he got the aggression or the argument saying that why is he influencing or involving in the internal matters of Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka gave complaint in UN asking them to revoke or take back the Indian army. So in this way, his step, which was taken as a peaceful measure, was lost into a vain, and he has to withdraw the support of the Indian army towards the Sri Lankans, and he lost the support of the Tamilians also at this point of time. And later it was planned and he was assassinated by the LTTA group, the Liberation of the Tamil Tigers Elam group, and he lost his life. And in this point of time, once upon a time when he is giving a speech, he made it a very clear statement that Indian development is not up to the mark. In India, there is a lot of corruption, or there are various levels. We have the issue of crubbing the money, the women, the Dalits, the scheduled caste, the scheduled tribes, the uneducated people, the labor people, the poor people are not getting the benefits which are marginalized by the central government. What is a major reason is that he made in his speech very clear that out of every rupee spent by the union budget or the central government, it is the only 15 paisa that reaches the common man. Means the remaining 85%, the bulk of the share is not reaching to the common man. This is the ideology expressed by Rajiv Gandhi, and he wants that poor people, the uneducated people, the workless people, the Rozgar people, and the women should get the major benefits in this scenario of spending the budget from the union government. At this point of time, he wants to involve them in the local politics. He wants to get them in the Panchayat Raj system, the Gram Panchayat system. It's an initiative to bring the larger community into the system so that this kind of additional crubs or breakages of the financial things should not be there. And finally, it reaches to the ground reality. At this point of time, there was a serious criticism against Rajiv Gandhi, expressing that it is to crub only the opposition parties, not to gain any hold at any point of time. But actually, his intention is that the product, what he want to launch from there, is not reaching to the common man. The money was not spent wisely. And in 1985, he came up with a new policy of the liberal policies. His initiative, for the first time in the budget, the liberal policy was brought into the Indian context. There were no clear checks against that, and he also told that the Indian government should move on with the new initiatives rather than fixing them or stopping them, restricting them only to the old initiatives, so that we can get or attain development. For the first time, we got the liberalization policy talked or discussed in the nation from the 1985 budget, where he granted the liberalization policy for some of the abroad national companies. And in later he brought the telecom revolution, and he was the first man to declare that India needs to cope up with the modern technology and the telecommunication system, the revolution what we are using, the laptops, the computers, the medicines, or the latest mobile equipments, and all these things, where are the advancements or the effects of what Rajiv Gandhi has brought in the telecom revolution in the late 90s, and because of this we are today going to experience all the latest developments in the technology. He could be considered as a major broad who was a key initiative to bring technology to Indian nation and initiated the government to take key steps that everybody is ensured but we get telecommunication system involved in our nation. That is the reason why India today is in the key position on the telecommunication sector at this point of time. This policy was brought in late 1991, but the sad thing is that our Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated in a bomb in the election campaigning which was held in 1991, and we lost our great leader Rajiv Gandhi in Tamil Nadu, where we could not do anything much. So these were the new initiatives taken by Rajiv Gandhi, and we lost Rajiv Gandhi also in a tragedy. We'll discuss next.